Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So, some interesting news coming out of the heavyweight division. If you've been listening to Eddie Hearn in recent days and weeks, he has been talking about the return of Dereck Chisora, highly likely to be July the 9th. Various names have been bandied around on social media, but it looks like Adam Kownacki, or Kownacki, however you want to say it, will be Dereck Chisora's next opponent. And I have to say, I actually really like this potential fight. Now, on social media I've seen a lot of people critique this fight, saying, oh, why is Dereck Chisora still headlining these cards, etc, etc, etc. But for me, when it comes to Dereck Chisora, I've got no problem with Dereck Chisora hanging around if he's going to be in competitive fights, if he's fighting guys who are on his level. And I see Adam Kownacki on a similar level to Dereck Chisora right now. I mean, a couple of months ago, Eddie Hearn was talking about trying to make Deontay Wilder versus Dereck Chisora, and me personally, and many others with common sense, saw that fight as a bit of a waste of time and, quite frankly, reckless matchmaking, dangerous matchmaking, considering where Chisora is at this stage of his career. So from my perspective, when it comes to guys like Dereck Chisora, I don't care how many losses these guys have, as long as they're in there with guys who are on their level, you know, guys who they can be competitive with and deliver fun fights. And a fight like Dereck Chisora versus Adam Kownacki will definitely deliver for us fans, you know. Boxing is not just about big world title fights and things of that nature, but it's about fun as well, it's about entertainment. And I believe that Chisora versus Kownacki would make for great TV, very entertaining TV, so I'm all for this fight. I think it makes perfect sense for both guys right now, quite frankly. Of course, Dereck Chisora is coming off, I think, 3 back-to-back losses to Usyk and Joseph Parker twice. I felt he won the first Joseph Parker fight, but he got beat up in the second fight and got hurt and dropped several times. Whereas Adam Kownacki is coming off back-to-back defeats, 2 stoppage losses to Robert Helenius. Now, that second fight for Kownacki was looking quite ugly. He took a beating in that second Helenius fight. So both guys are coming off bad form. Both guys have seen better days. Both guys have extremely porous defense, especially Adam Kownacki. I mean, he blocks punches with his face. So yeah, put these two guys together, it's going to be a great fight and it's going to be entertaining. I'm not really sure why people on social media are moaning about this fight, like it's not going to be a good fight. It's going to be entertaining. So yeah, if Chisora is going to stick around at his age, with his losses, the punishment he's taken, this is the sort of fight he should be in. You know, against, I guess you would say, fringe contenders or fellow fun fighters who are coming off bad form. These are the sort of fights in which he should be in. The talks of Deontay Wilder a few months ago were farcical, quite frankly, and how anybody endorsed them is beyond me. You know, when it comes to matchmaking in boxing, sometimes compassion, not even compassion, just common sense has to prevail, and this is good matchmaking right here. Ultimately, at this stage, it's down to who has more left. I happen to believe that Dereck Chisora, well, I'm leaning towards Dereck Chisora in this fight for whatever reason, just a gut instinct, but this fight could go either way. I think Chisora is the bigger puncher out of the two, and I certainly believe that he can hurt Adam Kownacki, maybe put him away, but Adam Kownacki has a much better work rate than Dereck Chisora, so if Kownacki can survive Chisora's onslaughts, then maybe he could outwork Chisora. I see this as a really good fight, really interesting fight. Hopefully, there's a good undercard. Get a couple of good fights on the undercard, and this will be a fun night. I'm not really sure why people are complaining in this instance, and I've been somebody who's been very critical of Eddie Hearn in recent months in regards to the product he's putting out, but especially in the UK. But it's a solid, fun Saturday night main event, and that's really all I've been asking for from DAZN. I'm not expecting world title fights every week on UK shows. I'm not expecting that, but at the very least, a competitive main event with a couple of competitive fights on the undercard. None of this Conor Benn versus Chris Algieri or Chris Van Heerden. That's not acceptable, especially considering those fights came with terrible undercards as well as being bad main events. That's where my criticisms have been aimed at towards Eddie Hearn in recent months. But in this case, providing this fight happens, this matchmaking makes sense. This fight makes sense. So I'm all for it, you know. I'm not going to complain for the sake of complaining. That's not what I do. I'll try and be fair when I can be fair. So yeah, I mean, I like this fight. Again, I lean towards Chisora, but this one could go either way. Both guys have taken a lot of punishment, especially Chisora. Both guys have seen better days. Kownacki's defense is non-existent. Chisora's isn't that much better. So, and both guys are aggressive. So what's not to like here? Come on now, you'll watch it. You'll definitely watch it. So yeah, share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Delboy. Peace.